Let me briefly introduce myself. I have 25 years of experience in data analysis and artificial intelligence, having worked as a consulting manager and data scientist for top consulting firms, and now serving as a chief consultant with a PhD in applied mathematics. Over the years, I have participated in numerous marketing, growth, and decision modeling projects, and have also witnessed countless analytical systems that look scientific but cannot explain the results. Starting today, we will understand marketing mix modeling (MMM) from the perspective of how industry veterans implement in reality. Have you noticed a strange phenomenon? Marketing spend keeps increasing, yet reports are becoming harder and harder to explain. Clicks are there, impressions are there, and models have been run. But leadership asks only one question. Did these investments actually generate real business? This is exactly why marketing mix modeling, or MMM, exists. It is not a tool for optimizing click-through rates. It is a macro-level econometric framework that uses historical time series data to disentangle the effects of advertising, pricing, promotions, and channels, and answer one core question: which investments truly drove incremental sales and revenue? In other words, MMM is not about making campaigns look good. It is about determining whether the money was well spent. Why has MMM suddenly become popular again in recent years? The answer is straightforward. MMM originated in the 1960s and 1970s and was already widely used in consumer goods and retail. In the 1990s, it was industrialized and commercialized by consulting firms and market research companies. Yet later it is replaced by consumer-level multi-touchpoint attribution and sort of phased out a bit. The real turning point came more recently, as privacy regulations tightened and devices and platforms became increasingly fragmented. User-level tracking grew unreliable, and attribution models based on clicks and paths began to break down. The market was forced to return to a more robust approach, one grounded in aggregated data, causal reasoning, and statistical structure. In this context, MMM has reemerged as a mainstream solution. So what questions can MMM actually answer? It is not designed for tactical, day-to-day optimization, but for the questions that truly matter at the management level. Which channels genuinely generated incremental impact, rather than just looking busy? Are different media reinforcing each other or competing for the same outcomes? Have certain channels already passed the point of diminishing returns, where additional spend simply buys inefficient growth? If total budget increases or decreases by 10%, how will sales and revenue likely respond? And in an environment where users cannot be reliably tracked, can companies still make long-term, repeatable marketing decisions? These are precisely the problems MMM is built to solve. From a technical perspective, MMM is not mysterious. It relies on aggregated time series data, typically at a weekly cadence. On one side are business outcomes such as sales, revenue, or profit. On the other are marketing and commercial inputs, including media spend, pricing, promotions, and channel coverage, along with control variables such as seasonality, holidays, and macroeconomic conditions. Early implementations relied primarily on multiple regression. Today, the dominant approach is use Bayesian structural time series models combined with ad stock effects and nonlinear diminishing returns functions. The outputs are not simple judgments like this channel is good or bad, but decision-ready insights. True channel contributions, marginal return curves, the decomposition of base sales versus incremental lift, and scenario simulations under different budget assumptions. In one sentence, marketing mix modeling is not a new technology. It is an old but resilient approach that has become one of the most reliable and executive accountable tools for marketing decision-making in a world where user-level tracking no longer works. It does not chase trends or tell comforting stories. It answers just one question: was the money worth it?